What's up, peeps? Today we're going to look at some low-carb meal options because, we all want to fit in our bikinis for this summer. Two of these were completely new to my family. We'd never made them before, and one was a tried and true favorite. So let me know down in the comments below what your favorite low-carb meal is, and let's get into it. Alright, so this first recipe is new to our family. First, we're going to take 4 chicken breasts, and if you look at the original recipe, it says to drizzle the chicken with olive oil and seasoning before you cut it. I personally would recommend cutting it first because otherwise you're just going to rub all the deliciousness off the top of the chicken. So you just want to make a little pocket in each side of the chicken breasts to stuff it full of the filling. You don't want to cut all the way through for this. Then I drizzled them with the olive oil. I actually use grapeseed oil because that's what I had on hand, but use whatever oil you have. And then I made the seasoning, which is just paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder, and salt. Next, I forgot to take my cream cheese out of the fridge until about half an hour before I made this, so it was definitely not soft enough. But if you want to soften your cream cheese really quickly, maybe not, the professional chef's way of doing it, but just throw it in the microwave on 10-second intervals until it's soft enough for you to use. I then added some chopped spinach, some Parmesan cheese, some mayonnaise, and some red pepper flakes, and that's totally optional. You don't have to add that if you don't want to. You barely taste it. But this filling, I'm going to stuff everything with this because it was incredible. And you're going to think that you have too much filling? You do not. Stuff those chicken breasts. Trust me, you're going to want all the filling. This was the best part of this recipe. This filling, how many times can I say filling in a video? But it is so good, you guys. If you're going to try any of these recipes, I highly recommend this one. And as always, I'll have all the original recipes linked in the description below so you guys can check them out for yourselves. I mean, does that look good or does that look good? Absolutely mouthwatering. My kids devoured these. It was so good. There was hardly any leftovers. We ate so much of it. But this is what I served it with. Definitely MasterChef quality plating right here, but it was delicious nonetheless. So this recipe was new to our family as well. So I just started off by making the sauce, and I meal prepped this ahead of time. I just used some soy sauce, some maple syrup, and yes, I used real maple syrup because in Canada it's a crime if you do not. I'm just kidding, but seriously. It also uses some sesame oil, some turmeric, ginger, and garlic powder. Then I just chopped up the mushroom, onion, and red pepper. Again, you can do this ahead of time, throw it in the fridge. You could also use frozen vegetables if you wanted. And then I prepared my noodles in a pan with some oil. I just used the frozen butternut squash noodles, and I will tell you why not to use these in a little bit. I also found this in my freezer, so I added these frozen veggies because more veggies means healthier, right? Is that what we're saying? I don't know. I just thought it'd taste a little bit better with some more vegetables in there. I would also recommend bok choy or some water chestnuts for a bit of a crunch. I think would be really good. So then you're going to add in your spinach and your garlic once your vegetables are soft. And here's the thing with these frozen noodles that I'm going to tell you about. And I should have known this, any frozen vegetable you use will go softer when you cook it. So I kind of ended up more with a mashed squash, which was fine. It still tasted amazing. Added the sauce, sprinkled it with sesame seeds. This was actually incredible, and I will definitely be making it again. But with fresh noodles this time. And you could also just use regular, rice noodles or spaghetti noodles as well, but to keep it low carb, we did this. Alright peeps, so for this last recipe you're going to need some fresh zucchini. You're just going to want to cut it in half lengthwise, and it's so funny, I saw someone post on social media recently and they said zucchini is the least offensive vegetable, and I laughed so hard because it's so true. Zucchini doesn't care. It's like, you can throw me in cooking, you can throw me in baking, and I'll be delicious either way. But anywho, we're going to scoop out the flesh of the zucchini with a spoon, but do not throw it away because you're going to use it. And then you're going to want to brown some ground beef in a skillet with some oil. And again, you can do all of this ahead of time. Prep your boats ahead of time, brown your beef ahead of time, and here we go, cutting the vegetables ahead of time. You can use whatever vegetables you want. Today I had peppers and onions, but you can throw in mushroom or spinach, whatever floats your boat, your taco boat. I'm so funny. Anywho, we're going to add some taco seasoning. Once your meat is cooked, you can make your own taco seasoning, but I just use this one from Costco because we are big taco people in this house, and you know, convenience. One less thing to make, less dishes to do. Once your beef is cooked through and the taco seasoning's all mixed in, you're going to want to throw that in a separate bowl. Add some more oil to your pan and cook up your veggies. And this is where we're gonna add that zucchini flesh, because more vegetables equals healthy. I think that's what we said before, right? Add your taco seasoning and let this cook. You're gonna add your ground beef back in and heat it all through. I bet you can guess what the last step is, and yes, my kids did take 2 bites out of that zucchini, but they wanted to try it, and I'm not gonna say no when they want to try a vegetable. So you just want to throw in your taco meat, and here's a good meal prep tip. If you're making taco meat, make double. Throw it in the freezer, then you have taco meat for another recipe. Once your tacos are about 5 minutes away from being done, you're going to want to top them with some cheese. You can use whatever cheese you want. Any cheese is good cheese in my opinion. And then I just served this with another MasterChef quality salad right here. Alright peeps, well that does it for today's video. These are our 3 easy meal prep ahead of time, low carb meal options for this summer and probably for future meal rotations for our family. Definitely that chicken. Woo! It was good. Well, that does it for me, and I will see you all in the next video.